Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and share this video with your friends.
On this episode of Sea Kayak Life, we're going to do something a little different, something we've never talked about before, and that's our camera gear. And today we're testing out some new video equipment.
And you know, obviously a big part of our gear is action cameras, and there are so many amazing action cameras available today with all these cool features. But really, to us, the most important thing is that it's the right gear to tell the story.
Yeah, story is everything, but we also want it to have a high quality look. We want to try to make our films as cinematic as possible.
And while we want to look like a big time production, we don't have the budget for a big time production.
No, we don't.
So, I mean, whatever gear we buy, it's really got to be able to last for several seasons.
You know, I can remember being at a video conference, about 10 or 15 years ago, and I sat in a session with the producers of Deadliest Catch, and they had talked about that they spend about $1 million a year on equipment, which probably by now it's a lot more. But at the end of the year, they basically have to throw it all out because of salt water.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
like
bet.
Mark said, we don't have that kind of money. So one of the things we've wanted to do for a long time is being able to have conversations on the water. So we're right now testing some microphones with our new cameras, and we're just seeing if they sound good, how they deal with wind, and also how they're going to deal with water. Do we want to do a splash test? We've never done this before.
I mean, that's the big thing. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna.
It's cold!
It is cold.
I don't know what the microphone's picking up other than me screaming like a girl.
Yeah, we sound like the little girls. It's cold. The water's cold. It hasn't warmed up
I didn't
yet.
really think that through.
So that'll be a good test. We'll see how that sounds.
Well, you're right, though. I mean, all of our microphones that we've used are quote-unquote waterproof, but the thing is, we get smacked by waves constantly, so as soon as those microphones get wet, the little waterproof foam or whatever gets water in it, and it just sounds like you're underwater. So
Yeah,
it's
it sounds
completely,
horrible.
It's unusable, yeah.
Well, and the other reason for some of the upgrades is we've had the original cameras now since we started the channel for about 3 years. And that's 3 years in the water, in the surf, in the salt water. I mean, salt has a lot of corrosive properties, obviously. And so we just have to upgrade out of necessity some of the hardware and the gear. But we do a pretty good job of cleaning it after each episode.
We've done really well. I mean, how many cameras? We usually roll, what, 7 cameras on a given episode, and we'll have 4 or 5 on deck.
Yeah.
And over 3 years, we've lost 2 cameras to water intrusion. So
And really, that was because of stupidity.
that was just for being stupid. Yes.
We didn't close the compartments very tight.
It's amazing. If you don't close those little doors completely, it just takes 1 second, and it's like, okay, it's dead.
One of the things that is important to us is the cinematography of our show. We want it to look cinematic. We want it to look like something you'd see on the Discovery Channel, and I hope we achieve that to some degree. But yeah, like Mark says, on a typical episode, not like today, but on a typical episode, we shoot with seven different cameras, which is pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, I've been surprised that we've been able to pull that off. I mean, we don't have a crew trailing us, and the other thing is we don't have hands. We can never use our hands. So everything we do has to be pre-planned, and those of you that have seen our episodes, we can't really stage anything either. A lot of the things we do, we're in a big tidal current, and you just got to go with it and keep moving so you can hit your marks on time. So we have to just get what we get, and hopefully we've been doing a good job of getting some interesting shots along the way. Yeah, if anybody's wondered like how much of our episodes are real, it's pretty much all real because we don't have much of a choice. A lot of times we're in such a strong current, you know, we can't say like, oh man, I wish we got that shot, let's go back, because you can't go back. So as much planning as we've had to do over the years just to survive on the water, now it's like we have to do even more planning to make sure that we've got the cameras in the right position, got all the extra batteries, things that are accessible that we might can get to on the water, which isn't much, but yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that's kind of changed over the years since we started filming, you know, before all we would have to worry about is our kayak gear and what time we need to launch and this kind of thing. But now we have to not only worry about our kayak gear, but we got to think about, okay, how are we going to pack our video gear? How many batteries do we need to take? Are they charged? Is the SD cards clean? We've got all this other stuff to think about. And it adds what? Just to get ready to launch, it probably adds another hour.
Yeah, about another hour.
Yeah, before we can even launch on a trip. So it's really kind of changed the way we approach our trips a little bit. Maybe it's taken away a little bit of the fun because instead of just hopping in our boats and going, we're really having to fiddle with stuff. But the reward is to be able to share to our families and friends and anybody who loves the water and kayaking. We can share our experience, and that's really the reward of all this.
Oh yeah, we've thought for years, if anybody could see what we see, they wouldn't even believe it. So I'm so glad to share what we do with people. And you know, one other thing, Dan, people might not think about is when we're done paddling, it's not unusual for us to be out for 14, 16 hours in a day with all of the loading the boats and unloading the boats and paddling and all of that, and you're exhausted. And then at night we have to clean our gear, offload the footage, charge the batteries. So it's pretty much the amount of days we go out are now just limited by how long we can go with not getting much sleep.
Yeah, I tend to crash pretty early. And Mark's a night owl, so he'll stay up and fiddle fart with all of our gear and charge batteries and offload footage, and he'll even look at some of the footage and kind of make dailies so we can look at what some of our best shots are. So that's kind of fun. We don't talk a lot about the gear and what it takes to make these films. And part of the reason is because I think it kind of takes away from the stories that we like to tell. But we just kind of wanted to do a little video today just about what we do on the water and how we make these films. And we're not going to bore you with all the details, but it has kind of changed the way we approach things once we've added the technology. But you know, whether it's being on the water or playing with our camera gear, it's all part of our sea kayak life.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to help us grow our channel, and share this video with a friend. Here's 2 more videos that I think you'll like.